And here we are today again, al fresco outside for the first episode of the driver's seat in 2021. And today we have with us a guest who's been racing for 12 years, 18 wins, 56 podiums, 123 races. I hope I'm getting the numbers right. But without further ado, a man who is very experienced in the motorsport scene, in the arena, in the industry, I introduce to you Mr. Zen Low. He's supposed to come out usually at about now, and they usually come from there.
Dude, how are you doing?
That was not expected.
Good to see you, man.
Zen Low, everybody.
Hi.
Okay. Happy New Year, Zen.
Happy New Year.
2021. Thank you for joining us on the driver's seat.
Thanks for having me.
Right, as is typical for all our guests on the driver's seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
You first has to describe to us all these beautiful cars we have around us. Because you're a racing driver, you've got 3 cars.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the Lambo first, lah.
Okay. This is a Gallardo GT3.
Right.
One of my very first GT car, basically.
I see. Okay.
I started off like everyone else in a small little car.
Right.
Then eventually, you work your way up, and as things progress, and then you decide which direction you want to go. I started very late, so formula racing was not an option for me.
Sure.
The only way for me to get in the sport is to go through via GT racing, eventually go to a prototype. You know,
right.
so why I picked Lamborghini? I think it's a big brand to
Sure.
start with, and
Sure.
also it's every childhood dream to have that
To have-
poster behind in the
Yeah.
bedroom, you know, a
Yeah.
Ferrari or Lamborghini. So that's one of the reasons, and I think it's also almost every race car driver's dream to either drive with the brand of Lambo or Ferrari.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
yeah, so it is a very special car. One of the few that I still
Treasure,
you know,
obviously, and still keep as a memento, I suppose.
Yes, I sold most of my race car, but not this one.
Okay.
This one, I think it's going to stay with me for a long time because it's my first unit.
Right. Right.
Lots of sentimental value,
Right.
and I think it's also a cool car, nice car.
Oh
to
yeah,
have,
yeah.
you know.
Definitely. And then we have this
LMP?
black. Yes.
Yeah, we call it LMP. It's actually a prototype.
Okay.
Some people call it the Batmobile. But this
Yeah.
particular unit is actually manufactured by Geneta. It's a British company. They've been around for a long time. I mean, they specialize in building race cars, something like this. You know,
Sure.
they built some GT cars as well.
Right. And you would use this typically for endurance for longer type of races, correct?
Yes, it's mainly for endurance racing. This
Right.
sort of cars are made for endurance racing.
Okay.
I participated 2 seasons with the Asia Le Mans series.
Right,
And
right.
it was great fun, but unfortunately, the journey has to cut short due to sponsorship.
Sure.
At the end of the day, we as a race car driver, we have to go where the money is, and
Sure.
my sponsors cannot relate to this sort of racing,
Yeah.
especially the branding, the car, because to them the entire field look the same.
Sure.
It's like in Formula One.
Yeah.
You know, if we strip all the livery,
It's the same
branding,
base,
they all look
yeah.
similar.
Sure.
To the layman look similar, but
Yep.
to us they look different.
True.
The aerodynamic does look different, but then
Sure.
again on TV they all look the same. So that apply onto prototype as well, because prototype they all look similar, but actually they're different.
Yep.
However, on my right side,
There's a lot more customization that can happen on the Lamborghini.
yes, but
Yeah.
even a 7-year-old boy or
Yeah.
a little girl, you know, can tell that's a Lamborghini, that's
Yeah.
a Ferrari, that's
Yeah.
they can
That
relate
instant
to it.
recognition too.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's where my sponsor wants to be, and
Right.
it makes a lot of difference, especially when you have your own merchandise, your own branding, having
Sure.
a Lamborghini shield, a Ferrari shield, and then with your brand next to it, people can actually say, "Wow, that's prestigious."
Yeah.
But
That
having-
association, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. Having another brand like, example, Geneta, Leisure, you know,
Yeah.
this is a big brand in the motorsport industry, but then
But doesn't have that recognizable. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, not many. In fact,
Sure.
a lot of people don't know who is Leisure, they don't know who is Geneta,
Yep.
because they're not in the racing industry.
True.
Yeah, but
True.
these are very commercialized.
Yeah.
to almost everybody. When they look at that shield, the brand itself, people can tell that's a Louis Vuitton, that's
True.
Chanel, that's
True.
so and so, you know.
True.
So that's the difference. So I need to go where the money is, and sadly, I mean both are good, but of course on my left hand side, the LMPs are pinnacle, at the top of the GT racing. That's where it is right now.
Yep.
And but then again, not many people get to race the GT as well. So
True,
I'm very
true.
fortunate that I can continue to do what I love doing. So yeah, I think.
And last but not least, of course, you've regaled us with many videos of you doing donuts in the 350Z, in the Godzilla.
Yes. Well, I always love drifting. It's a different type of driving completely from my GT racing. It's completely opposite in terms of the skill sets. You know.
Yeah.
If I drove the way like in a GT car, like the way I did it in the drifting, I'll be the slowest driver of all. You know.
Yeah.
So I picked up drifting. I enjoy drifting during my free time when I don't race, and then somehow I got into programs with my sponsors. My sponsors say, hey, you know, why don't we do some shows with this, that, and all that? I said, why not? Since if I'm not racing, I don't mind doing it.
Sure.
And then it just kept growing from there. And then
very recently we saw you in a movie which I believe you're also a part of, together with the 350Z.
Yes, I did, but I'm just playing a small part. Extra, if you will.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I did see you drifting in KL though, with the police block and everything.
Yeah, we have a proper permit. Yeah, but great thing about that, I'm proud to say, I just found out that in the last 10 years, only 5 drivers has given the permit to actually drift in front of KLCC.
Wow.
Only 5, that's including me.
Okay.
So and again, a very lucky guy, very fortunate to do that.
Right.
And it's great feeling, you know. Back to the movie, actually I was offered a bigger role.
Okay.
But then to me, I think it was not the right image that I want to portray. Because the movie is all about underground racing, illegal racing on the road, and then coming from where I'm coming from as a professional driver, we're supposed to show good example, you know, do it the proper way, not illegal racing.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit of a conflict there. Yeah.
But I know it's a movie, it's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
But then having said that, you know, sometimes people are gullible.
Yeah.
People just don't. I mean, people don't see things always the same way. They say, Zen is doing that. Maybe
so
I should do that as well. Especially younger kids. They say, he's doing it, you know, but he's also doing this. Then people start copying, and that's where my concern is, you know. So I said to the producer, if you want me to be involved, I'm okay, but I want to play as myself.
Yeah.
Okay. The real person is Zen. A small play, but not actually showcase that I'm drifting illegally in KL City.
Sure.
So my role in that movie was actually the owner of the venue, the track, and then the hero of the movie. He did not have a car, so he came to see me.
Right.
I decided to help him, so I loaned him my car. So he then took my car, and then you know,
did his
his stuff, you know.
Okay.
So that's what the story all about. So and also one part of the clip is that I was telling the hero that my success story, what he should do. You know, if you want to do this, you should do it properly instead of doing illegal racing. So that's my role in the movie. So very small part, nothing big deal, you know.
Okay.
However, the entire stunt shot in the Z was done by me.
Okay.
So I act as a double. So I did a lot of the stunt driving and all that.
Right.
That's the part I really enjoyed the most.
Of course.
And looking at the police in front of me, giving me this smile in his face, and then I'm doing all the, you know.
Going balls out.
Laying all the skid mark in front. I felt kind of bad, to be honest.
Of course.
We have 2 nights permit. I mean, the permit was allow us to shot at KLCC for 2 nights in a row. But sadly, the second night, the mayor was not happy. Dato' Banda saw all the skid mark left on the junction of KLCC. So they actually told us, sorry, you know.
No more, that's
it. You know? And then they gave us another location, which was at the Pertama complex.
Okay, right.
A bit of a dodgy area. But I think it also gave characters to the movie.
Yeah, sure, of course.
It showed the beautiful side of KL and also
the slightly,
you know. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, the only guilt that I have that I left a lot
Was
of
laying skid marks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
eventually it get washed away by
Of
the rain
course,
and
of
whatnot.
course.
But still, it's not good things to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, strongly recommend, don't do that. It's not the right things to do. But hey, we do it for a movie and we
Yeah.
have permits with all the police and all that, and it was all in a controlled environment.
Environment,
so
yeah.
it was safe.
Yeah.
And it's all done by professionals.
Correct.
Yeah.